You know, when you go to the eye doctor and they drop you into that really heavy chair and flip those thick lenses down over your face.
Oh yeah, the classic, better or worse test, 1 or 2.
Right, and you naturally expect your vision to just be an objective reality. But what if your own brain was like actively rewriting what you saw just to protect your ego? So welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at exactly that kind of distorted reality today.
We really are. We're unpacking the concept of being poor in spirit from Matthew 5:3 and looking at why true humility is, well, the undeniable foundation of all other graces.
Right, and the mission here is to explore how pride doesn't just block your spiritual growth, but it fundamentally distorts your reality. I mean, it completely infects your relationships.
So to understand why humility is the foundation, we really have to look at the structural barrier of pride. The source material uses this brilliant metaphor that the gate to the kingdom is narrow and low.
Narrow and low.
Yeah, so if you're standing tall in your own pride, like puffing your chest out, you simply cannot fit through it. There's actually this really striking historical anecdote about a Roman slave to illustrate this.
Oh, wow. What happened with her?
Well, she completely lost her vision. She went totally blind. But she absolutely refused to admit she was blind. Instead, she fiercely insisted that the world itself was just permanently dark.
Wait, really? She thought the whole world just went dark.
Basically, yeah. She completely denied her own darkness. And it connects right back to the Laodicean church in the biblical text.
Oh, right. The ones who proudly claim to have great wealth.
Exactly. They walked around acting like spiritual billionaires, boasting that they needed nothing. But the text says in reality they were wretched, blind, and naked.
Okay, let's unpack this. Is pride essentially just like spiritual gaslighting? Are we convincing ourselves the room is dark just so we don't have to admit our own flashlight is broken?
That is a perfect way to put it. Spiritual gaslighting.
Yeah.
Because this internal refusal to see our own flaws, it directly warps how we judge the external world.
Oh, that brings up the story of the gossipy neighbor from the text.
Yes, that relates so perfectly here. So there's this very relatable story of a neighbor who relentlessly mocked a new couple that just moved in next door.
Right, she was constantly complaining to anyone who'd listen about how they hung yellow, dirty bed sheets on their clothesline.
Exactly. But then one day, she finally steps outside her house to get a closer look, and she realizes the neighbor's sheets were actually pristine white.
Oh no. Let me guess. Her window was dirty.
You got it. Her own kitchen window was just caked in this thick layer of yellow grease.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. I mean, it's easy to laugh at that neighbor, but practically speaking, if an unrepentant heart warps our vision that badly, how do you even know when your own glasses are dirty?
Well, that is the million-dollar question. You actually figure it out by looking at your reaction to other people's success.
Wait, really? Their success?
Yeah. What's fascinating here is how pride breeds jealousy. If your first instinct when you see someone else thriving is jealousy, your glasses are filthy.
Ah, so when you see someone else winning, pride mutates.
Precisely. Because, pride requires you to be the center of the universe. So seeing someone else succeed feels like an existential threat.
Like they stole something from you.
Yes, your ego tells you their victory is a direct theft of what rightfully belongs to you. When you're unable to accept someone else's strength, pride projects this false superiority.
Which completely explains those classic biblical examples from the source material. I mean, Cain killing Abel,
Right.
or Joseph's brothers selling him into slavery, and King Saul hunting David down. It's not just random anger.
No, not at all. It's all rooted in the psychological inability to handle someone else being favored. And it takes on a very modern, subtle form today, too.
The polite, jealous person, right?
Exactly. This is the person who stays close to you, constantly causing subtle strife and picking you apart.
Yeah.
But they cover it up by claiming they're just doing it for your own good.
Wow, when in reality, their pride just prevents them from having any genuine goodwill toward you. So what does this all mean for you listening right now?
Well, think about how you react to criticism or teaching. When someone points out a flaw, do you immediately get defensive and feel like picked on?
Or do you enter that moment with a humble heart, seeking mercy? Because humility isn't just about self-deprecation, is it?
No, not at all. It is the essential, clear lens required to actually see reality for what it is.
So it really all comes back to that vision test. If our perception of others is always filtered through the grease of our own pride, we have to ask a hard question.
Yeah, we really do.
What recurring frustration or conflict in your life right now might actually just be a reflection of an uncleaned window in your own mind?